can be offended by racism, like the same way that like men can be offended by misogyny. And I saw a lot of comments saying, oh, well, we reported it, there's nothing we can do. And that is the attitude that has kept this behavior carrying on time and time again. And we're viewed as using the race card. Nobody wants to do the race debates. We're only talking about it because somebody last night decided to use the most horrible, disgusting words to a black person. We didn't choose this to happen. So there is more that you can do than just report the live. And that's my point.
But again, why I don't, sorry, I wouldn't is because that word that I used all my life, I've called God knows how many people it, and this time it just so happened. I said it to Swear and Shep, a word I've used all the time. So now I'm classed as a racist, so I'll take that. I will take it. I offended the whole black community by that. And then after saying it all my life, I slipped up again to my grandkids and said it again on a live, right? Which Laura was nowhere. But now, if ever I wanted to say anything, I genuinely would feel I can't. And racism, I hate it in every way, shape and form. I genuinely hate it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I feel because I've made the mistake of calling the wrong person the word I used, now I've got no right to.
I also feel that you've learnt by your mistake, though. And
Big style, yes.
Should stop bringing that back into it. I think.
No, at first I dug my heels in, and I won't stop because I couldn't understand a word I've used all my life. How can that be racist? But listen, that was me digging my heels in, but I've learned and I've been to court and pled guilty to be offending the whole black community, and forever till my day I will be so sorry, and I can never be able to say sorry and apologise enough, but I'm not going to keep saying it on here because it doesn't matter where I go, that gets chucked at me. Oh, he's Pearl the racist. They'll come in the comments every day. And but they'll come in and they'll say, oh, Pearl the racist. I'll say, so's your mother. I'll just give them an answer back like that and you think I'm being clever. But how many times do you want me to say sorry for the thing I've learned from the most in my life? Like, it's never going to stop. However long I'm on the app, it's never going to stop. And I don't think for what I've done now, am the person to ever call it out, because I would bang a live up just like that.
There's also, I think there's one thing as well. End of April, beginning of May, EQ knew she was going to do this. There was a video, I'm sure there was a live somewhere of her saying that she knew what was said and she will drop this online. She knew she was going to use that word.
I've got the video.
Yeah, right, so there you go.
Got it.
So she knew she was going to use that word and she was waiting for the exact time to actually bring that up and throw that grenade out there. She knew it, and because
she felt that Corey wasn't called out. I'll tell you the word verbatim, and this is why people don't need to be questioning me. She said, none of you called out Corey, so when I do it, you don't have a leg to stand on.
Wow.
It has been, I sent the video has been, anyway, let's not talk too much.
I did call out Corey though. I've called out Corey many a time.
So have you called out EQ for doing the same thing as Corey did in Blackpool?
That's it. If you're going to call people out, it needs to be across the board, not just for who you decide to sit with.
I've called out EQ as well. I don't sit with EQ. You don't see me in any rooms with EQ.
Well, you don't.
You in the rooms with EQ yesterday.
Black
So
Pope.
let's get that fact straight.
Black Pope, when you was doing your live earlier, she reposted it.
Well, she would have reposted it, yeah, because obviously she likes me. She was listening to my part.
He was in her live, defending her with me, calling me. So if you don't know and you don't sit with her, why are you trying to fight the battle?
Because your opinions ain't being nice as well towards the trans, so that's why I've called out.
What's it to do with the trans? So make it make sense. You're absolutely reaching.
I just have an opinion. No, I just have an opinion. I just have an opinion.
You're all offended
If
or
I don't see
saying something, but the person
everything-
who's come out and said it.
You two, Dan and Blackpool, please just speak one at a time because nobody can hear. Just speak one at a time. One answer and the
I
other
just have an
there.
opinion. If I see something what I don't like, yeah, I'm going to have an opinion. I do it to everybody.
So what's your opinion on Chelsea then?
I've just told you my opinion on Chelsea. I did a live on Chelsea.
So you know,
I just did a
sorry,
full
you
segment.
used
I just
to
did a
1
full
minute.
segment on
So
Chelsea.
you know, Black Pope, you know how, and I remember you doing a live when Corey said what he said, and you went on and you were saying this isn't good enough, as
Yes.
well as other people did. Have you done that same live on EQ?
Absolutely not.
I did a live today. I can pull up the live today that I did.
Right, well,
I did
pull it up and post it.
just done a live.
Pull it up and post it.
Mate, I've just done a live concerning EQ.
Yes, go pull it
said-
up and post it then, 'cause I've not
I
seen
did.
it.
Let me finish.
Dan,
I
let you
was doing
speak.
a live,
One
yeah,
minute.
and I was doing a live and I was going over the PG situation of what was said. That's exactly what I did. I educated everybody in the room on what PG was going on with and what PG
Well,
was saying,
educate the
and
people
what
you sit with
Whoa,
before
whoa,
it
whoa, whoa,
runs.
whoa, 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 sir. And what EQ said. That's all I do. Yeah, I did it with Pearl here.
Yeah.
When everybody was going after Pearl, so don't come with your madness to me. I even turned around, yeah, and the boots what I had on, I called them orangutan boots because
You
of what
did?
was going on. So don't come with me with no racist talk. Don't turn around and tell me how much and what I've done against racism on here.
So why are you getting so annoyed?
And at the same time, when I was doing it,
Why are
yeah,
you getting
I
so
got
annoyed then?
silenced. I got silenced by a lot of people. So let's not go there. Yeah. And at the same time, yeah, I was getting called coconut and sellout and everything else because I
Yeah.
represented Pearl. So let's
No,
not go
no.
there with you. Let's not go there.
He did. He had my back all the way, didn't he, my Black Pope? And he took a lot of shit for it. But what I'm saying is, there was lives left, right, and centre when Corey said what Corey said, and the identity. Corey was repeating what Zach said, and then EQ was saying she repeated what Corey said, wasn't it? I don't know. Am I on the right thing here? But did she just say it because Corey?
I went through it on my live where the whole.
Can we just
the
agree
whole-
that no one...
One
should-
minute, Dan. 1 minute, Dan. Let us hear the answer to this question, please. And what, Black Pope?
Right.
Then you.
I went onto YouTube and I pulled up the live, yeah, where Paige Baby was having the whole segment on Evil Queen, yeah, and I went straight through it, all the way through it until I got to the Alex Bigham situation, right?
Yeah.
And I tried to explain what Alex was doing and what Alex was saying, and my live got pulled, right? I can pull up all that clip.
Yeah.
Right, from where I spoke about with Paige Baby, and I spoke about the EQ situation, and I even said I don't agree with it. Totally don't agree with it.
That's what
Right.
all I'm saying is, so you can't like go in at like Corey for saying that on a telephone call when he was just repeating what Zach had said.
Oh,
You,
Right now, the
how
reason
you
why
you come out and said it. That's
I
what I
was
was trying to say. Sorry, go on, my Dan. You've been
I
waiting.
think,
You want
yeah,
to
I
say?
think you have every right to go in at Corey for saying it, be it, like I said before, on a platform, on a phone call, anywhere, muttering it under his breath. You've got every right to go for him, but have the exact same energy for anyone that says it. Not picking
No, I'm
choose-
not saying that exactly, but all I was asking
No, I know.
was EQ. Well, hold it alive about EQ, the same as everybody else has been.
I did
It's
do
got
that.
evil
I tried to
thinking
even
in
get.
there.
I
You know
even
full
tried
well
to
which way
get.
the narrative's going.
I even tried to get into Alex Bigham's room, but I got blocked twice. Yeah, because I wanted to have my rightful opinion. There was Andrea Horse, there was Paige the Baby in the room. There was others. I wanted to have my rightful opinion. I didn't. I went back and I continued with my life. People was in there. I was just going over.
Let me just say that any credibility
Edward.
will be lost when we see you sat with her tomorrow in boxes, because you will
I
be.
don't, but Toxic Dan, I'm not in boxes with Evil Queen. I just go into her live. All I do is watch her FYP shows.
Why have you got evil in your
Is
name
that a
then?
problem? Is that a problem that I
Why
go
have you
into
got
her
evil in your name?
Right, the reason
Sorry,
why I've got
you're
evil in the name there is
gonna-
because I wanted to put evil in the name because it was a respectful thing to put evil in the name. That's all it was. It wasn't a thing where I'm with her with anything that comes out of her mouth. Even when
You're
she
honest,
did-
we'll agree
let me
to disagree
finish.
on this
Let me
one,
finish.
but tomorrow when we
Let
see
me
you,
finish.
you'll have lost every credibility.
Let me finish Toxic Dan because I don't think you know
Well,
me.
Daniel.
Yeah? You've just got a
Dan,
bit
one minute,
too
let him
much.
answer, and then
You
you can
don't-
ask
you
me the
don't know
another
me.
question.
Oh, can
Yeah.
I say something, guys?
You really don't.
Yeah,
right?
sorry,
Now,
you too.
when she did the thing on Swearing Shepherd, the AI, yeah, I went over that on my live as well, and a lot of you didn't see that. Now I'll even bring up that as well, where I've always gone after Evil Queen and she says something bad. I was calling Eric and Quentin for 2 goddamn years. So how you gonna tell me that I don't have anything right for? Don't come with me like that, sir. I'm not a biased person. I'm not selective. If I see something right on here, I'll big it up. If I see something wrong, I'm gonna cut you straight. That's just how I am. I've always been that way. That's why I get silenced a lot.
Exactly.
I
Sorry,
do
you.
think Dan's saying about the evil thing though, and you say you did it out of respect, but then again, are you still having that same respect after what she said?
Are you no, that respect gets caught. That
Yeah.
respect gets caught straight from when you said the NIG.
That's what we asked you.
It's caught, man. You can't.
That's
How
what we
can you
asked
respect
you.
someone within? How can you respect someone within that term of knowledge within you? That shouldn't. You
Well,
shouldn't.
you can't because she's come out and said the N word. So obviously, you can. In my opinion, you can't have no respect. As you being a black man, you can't have that respect no more for her coming out and doing that, knowing fine well how it was going to offend everybody.
But what about the AI?
Once-
Sorry, I do
Go on,
have to
Devin.
ask this
So,
very
sorry.
quickly.
Go
Well,
on, Mike.
I'm gonna go.
Can I
next.
ask?
Oh, sorry. Go on. Ooh, NG or Devon, whichever one. Everybody else, just be quiet a second.
Because my point is, like, off the back of what Pope just said, innit? Because I seen his live earlier, and the live that you ran, you was obviously commentating over what Paige had said about Evil Queen, because what she was doing, I can't take that as you holding Evil Queen accountable when majority of the live was you trying to educate people, like de-educate what Paige was educating, basically.
What did Paige say? Sorry, I didn't see none of this. What was it?
She ran a live, obviously expressing her opinions on the situation. Now he's saying that his FYP show earlier, he held Evil Queen accountable, and he didn't look like that. He was very biased. It seemed like he was backing her and saying she said this because of how Paige and everybody talks, and it's not right, Pope.
I need to drop in a
Let me
minute.
finish,
Let me
please. I haven't finished, For a long time, Pope, because you said that you felt like, you've been brushed away. And I'll hold my hands up and say, in the past, yeah, I did call you a coconut bro, and we've spoke about it. And, I have apologized to you. But moving forward, you still have a lot of fight and gripe against people that are just on here expressing their trauma when they're triggered by the things that Evil Queen and all these other content creators are saying. And if you are standing on business and not being biased, you need to hold everybody accountable to the same thing, bro. It's simple as that.
Okay, now
Right, can I just ask one last question, because I need to
do
go.
hold everybody accountable in what you are saying. I held Corey accountable in everything what he said. I went over the case of what Corey said and where it derived from. I went over the case of how Evil Queen is feeling within the situation of how she said it. It was totally wrong. I get it. I go after everybody concerning racism, so you can't tell me nothing. It's as
Right.
simple as that.
Are you going to let me ask you
I
this
do-
last
and you know
question?
what? Let me
Hold one
finish, let me
second,
finish,
please.
yeah?
Just because he's going to jump down, he wants to
Right.
ask you one last question.
So,
Sorry.
Black Pope, you as a black man who wants to educate people, how have you managed to still associate yourself with Evil Queen after the last AI video that she did of Shep? How have you done that, you as a black man who wants to educate people, with the last disgusting video, what Chelsea Harwood did of Laura? How have you still been able to sit in the same vicinity as her? Because you have done, and them videos have been out for absolute months now.
Very,
And
very
you
good
still sat
question.
with, and you still gift her.
No, I don't gift them.
Answer it.
Very
Yeah,
good
you-
question. Very, very good question. Now, like I said earlier, sir, I did a live concerning.
No, I'm dropping you full of hypocrisy.
No,
I'm seeing you
I'm
with
not
it tomorrow
full
on
of
the F
hypocrisy.
page. You
I'm
are,
breaking it down. You see, you're jumping over the words what I'm saying to you, so I'm not
because you're
getting my
talking
words
in
out.
riddles. You will
I'm not
never
go-
get at the back of you because
Well, let
you are
him answer,
talking in
Dan.
riddles.
Let him answer,
Okay.
and then you
Okay,
can.
Dan.
Let him answer.
So-
Just let him answer.
If I'm talking in riddles, yeah, I will give you the benefit of the doubt, yeah. I will go look back on that live that I did, yeah, concerning Swearing Shepherd with the AI, yeah. There was me on the verge, Nana Cuckoo, and there was another lady in the room. There was 4 black people in the room. We went over that, yeah, for an hour. Don't come and tell me about I have not gone after
Yeah,
Evil.
you've gone over it for now, and you still sit with her.
Whoa, sir.
Calm
Yeah?
down.
Because you're there making out like I'm with Evil Queen. I'm not with Evil Queen. If I go into a room to a FYP, am I wrong for doing that? No, I'm
Black
not.
Pope, listen, what I think he's trying to say is that you still, after Chelsea, you've done that with Swearing Shep. What Dan's trying to say is you still go in the room and you still support her because you still gift her.
I don't give to Evil Queen. I just go in there and sit in there and just watch her FYP shows just like everybody else is. I have a right of opinion when I go into everybody's room just like everybody else does. Do I more that you toxic down when you go into Delusive Angie's room and you're there with Corey and everybody else? You know, that's your right of opinion that you want to do. if Pearl makes friends with Delusive Andrew, do I turn around and say that Pearl's a sellout because she's friends with Delusive Andrew? No, because that's just how women are. I don't get involved in women arguments. So within you try to tell me where to go, who I should go around, you need to stick it where the sun don't shine, because you don't know me or what I'm
No,
doing.
nobody should be telling anybody where to go. Nobody should.
Response. I look forward to seeing you with them anyway. I've got to go.
See you, my
Honestly,
girl.
everything that you've had, you've got no credibility whatsoever. Because tomorrow you'll be sat there gifting her. So you crack on, you enjoy the rest of your evening, Black Hope, and she'll probably make some more AI videos in a bit, so you'll be able to
Well,
sit with us still after that.
I hope that I'm in
You're a
that AI
disgusting
video.
individual. Goodbye, and I hope that we never
I'm
cross
in
paths
that
again.
AI video.
Because you're a disgrace of a person.
So I'm in that
You
AI
probably were.
video. I really do, Dan. Make it make sense, sir. You're just being stupid. You're being stupid within your arguments that I'm showing you.
I think the
Like
only
I said to you,
person, I think
Dan,
the
yeah.
only person
Like
that's
I
here
said
that's
to you,
making
Dan,
himself
yeah.
look stupid
Tomorrow,
is yourself.
It's true, nobody can hear what you're
yeah.
saying because you're talking over it.
Tomorrow, Dan, yeah, I will have a live, yeah, and I will show you the segment, yeah, that I went over the AI concerning Swerving Shepherd that she was racist. I'll just break it down to you, yeah, and I'll show you more videos, yeah, and more videos, yeah, that I used to go after Evil Queen for 2 years.
I remember that.
You can't tell me nothing about I used to listen, and it was all racism. It was all over Swerving Shepherd. So what you want about?
No, I do remember that. I do.
Yeah, honestly, you're just talking with us and working your way out of it. Like I said, we'll see where it goes from yourself tomorrow, because
the receipts.
my
You
thought
don't
on you
like the
makes no
truth.
difference to you.
You don't
Right.
like
It
the
doesn't
truth.
matter.
Right, you two, stop it. I'll take you there.
It's been great. NJ, Horst and Devon, you've done absolutely amazing in speaking and trying to educate people. You've done really, really well.
Respect, Dan.
Blackpool,
Thank you, respect.
I've got nothing else to say to you. Goodbye.
Bye, my Dan. Right, has anybody else got anything they want to say tonight?
I just say one thing.
One at a time, please, lasses.
Sorry, can I just say one thing and then I'm going to drop down?
Yeah.
I just want to say I can understand Dan's point of view that if you're going to call out racism, then you can't really sit with them afterwards. I get it. I get his point. Because racism is racism, whether it's blatantly in your face, whether it's against white people, black people, green people, it's racism. And you should be calling it out, not sitting with them. Thanks for having me up, Pearl.
You're welcome.
Sorry, do you mind if I?
KJ, no, go on.
No, sorry.
Sorry.
I'm just trying to say, like, I've just come up to say basically that I've been watching today things going on, and truthfully, I just feel like we need to actually treat everybody the same when this is going on. And the example I'm going to use now, and people can say, oh, but we don't use the same for everybody. So for you, Pearl, when you did what you did, whether you say it wasn't whatever, we're not getting into that, okay?
No.
But whatever happened to you, and you were run across the app continually and by multiple people, and then we have Sobriety Jack, for instance, that has called Tyrone and a monkey, and I've never heard anybody really say anything. There might be a passing comment, but that's about it, really. I've heard Evil Queen call Tyrone exactly the same thing, and I just don't feel that anybody on here now, and I'll be honest, I feel like this is why on TikTok racism is not held to any account, and actually it becomes people don't care, is because of this reason, because people do not hold the same for every single person. So people will go, oh, because Sobriety Jack won't listen, or because Sobriety Jack is this, we don't care. But because they could get at you more, they went for you more. And that's not me. Look, at the end of the day, do what you got to do, guys. I'm not here to, but I feel like we now need to go forward with this. That if we need to sit here and bring it up in terms of when people are doing it, because they are doing it, then let's hold everybody to the same account, not just because that person is that person and that person is that person, because this isn't okay. And this is why it's carrying on. Yeah, sorry, Devon, yeah.
We've been in spaces multiple times. You've been in spaces. Okay, so if people aren't being held to the same account, why is it that comment sections are able to say, why are you always talking about race? Why is everything about race?
Do you know,
why is it always the
truthfully,
race card?
Devon,
That's a
I'm
contradiction.
going to be honest. Let's be brutally honest on this app, and the comment sections are mental on here. Like, there is. I'm sorry, the amount of people in the comments on here that say stuff that would never, ever say that in person, to me, is the most craziest thing, and I sometimes just feel that people do it for reaction rather than what they truly believe. I think people do it because it gets people irate. So, for instance, I'm going to say Paige, and the reason why I'm saying Paigey is just because she has a louder voice, not because of any other reason, okay? They will say stuff because she brings her voice louder, so they're getting a reaction out of her. And this is, I actually sometimes feel like this is why, truthfully, the comments don't matter. It don't matter what anybody says in the comments, because these people aren't going to say this in real life. What does matter is people's platforms. So like tonight with Pearl holding this, whether people deem this the right space or not, I'm not getting into that. What I'm getting into is that it's about opening up platforms to talk about things. Scrap the fucking comments. I'm really sorry, scrap them, because truthfully the comments, I could sit here right now in the comments. Yeah, exactly that.
Because they love to see it continue and go on.
And they love it, and they love the reaction, and they love the more it gets out of hand, and the more they say racist things that actually they know they're getting to people of colour more. And I'm going to be honest, the comment sections shock me on here so often, but on racism, I think they are the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of say, I think maybe we need to not even think about comment sections, because actually you could see someone in a room, and then you can see them in another room, and I bet they're saying two different things.
Exactly.
I bet they're not saying the same thing. So this is why I would say, like, let's take the comments out of it now. Let's stop saying, oh, the comment section, the comment section, the comment section, and let's hold spaces that we're holding people accountable on the same level. So if we're saying Pearl said this, well, then Jack said it also, so let's hold Jack accountable, and EQ said it also, so let's hold EQ to the same level, every single person.
But again, KJ, I don't think that happens on here, and it depends who says what, to if your face fits or it doesn't, to what outrage is caused.
I wholeheartedly agree with you on that, Pearl, and this is what my problem is that truthfully on this app, it seems that, and this isn't, look, I feel that, like, with you, because you gave a reaction back, that's why it carried on, whereas EQ kind of doesn't give anything back. So in the end, it's pointless talking about it, because people know she doesn't care. And I think that's why it stops. I don't think that it's because because people don't sit here going, oh, she's racist. Everybody knows she's racist, but it's because they know she don't give a shit, so they stop going after her because she don't give a shit. And that's what I think it is. I just think,
so that should prove that I do give a shit when I keep going on about it, because how many times can you say it was never meant that? Right, go with Angie then. Angie said the P word, but she didn't mean it in that way.
No, but see, this is, I can't get into Angie Pearl because I have very strong feelings on her, and I refuse. Devon will tell you, I've had conversations with him, I can't get into it.
But I'm saying it's the same difference.
It makes me irate.
It was that outrage for that? Nobody, because Angie said it.
And then again, she gets sympathy for everything.
Yeah, she'll cry.
Because she has a drink. Well, how does that mean that you're okay because you've had a drink?
But we all know.
We can't sit saying, oh, because of this, because of this, because of this. At the end of the day, if you're all that, you're all that.
No, I don't care what anybody says. When Angie goes in one is when she's not being spoken about, and then she goes vicious and she rage baits. And she will say the worst possible thing to get a reaction, to have the all up talking about her. Then she cries with a mental health, and then she gets gifted heavily. It's just swings and roundabouts, and that's,
sorry,
that's how
Devon.
it happens.
Sorry, Devon. I know you know what I'm like. I end up over talking.
No, it's fine. Can I just be really brutally honest with something? So when you get upset that other people okay, how do I put this?
Go on, just say it. Go on, Frank. Go on, just say it.
No, I am. I'm just thinking about how to put it. I feel like you feel this injustice, that you feel that you were held to a standard that other people on this app aren't held to, and I think I think you hold that, right?
I do.
I'm telling you now, every single person is held to the same standard. Like, by a lot of people call Angie what they call her, people talk about Jack, people talk about Corey. You just feel like it isn't the same. Okay, and a lot of that, I even said at the time, once I just got to get this out, I said at you at the time, it wasn't so much about what you said, it was your reaction to how people tried to educate you or tell you something that made that explode 55 times more. And I feel like you hold the resentment that you were held to a certain standard for months. But I'm telling you now, people that really genuinely care about racism are calling these people out just the same. There is no favoritism here.
They are, and I do listen. Your platforms are, but not everybody else is. So when I'm saying people are outraged by EQ, well, then we've got to be outraged by Jack, and we've got to be outraged by X person and Y person and whatever else, because we cannot keep doing this. And no, Pearl was, maybe she was held to the same regard. The problem was Pearl went back kind of protesting, and I think it probably made it worse.
It didn't matter for how many times I was saying sorry. I talk about attacked on every level, and I was for 18 months, by the way. That's how long. Still to this day I still get attacked. Zach said it. He went on the next day. He didn't come on. He went and made a video of going on retail therapy to buy self-formula.
Can I just
come back? Wasn't a dicky bird.
Pearl, I know what you did, and shall I tell you again exactly the reason why? And it's exactly what I said about EQ, because they don't care. So you would go into rooms going, no, but I don't feel this way, and then it would go back again. Whereas Zach went on is it subscription only lives, so he wouldn't go into anybody's live, he wouldn't talk to anybody, so it looked like you were being dragged more because of that. Now the problem is, people aren't forgetting what others have done, but I think people sit there going, well, what's the point in talking about it? Because it makes no difference. These people are going to carry on doing it. And Devon, or I think it was Devon that said it, that the EQ did say she was holding on to it. And she didn't drop exactly when she was going to say it, but she said, well, Corey's not being held to account, so whenever I say it, I can't be held to account. Because this is exactly the reason. And even for instance, you have Laura that held you, Pearl, to account, and maybe that's because it was said to her, I don't know. But she backed Corey on a live with Corey with a duel, saying to Corey, no, yours is completely different because you didn't say it to anybody. Now, that in turn has given a free pass for other people to filter through. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying is, I think going forward, this is going to keep happening. And I think people have to understand this is going to keep happening. And I think we now need to hold everybody to account. So if that person's racist, so is that person. And we don't let off, because this is not... I just don't see how it's going to end. But I get it, and unfortunately on this app, truthfully, I feel it's a lost cause purely because this app does not give a shit.
Exactly. Right, listen.
Yes, Sharon, I will give others a chance to talk, Sharon, but I held on for like absolutely ages, Sharon, to talk. So I was just getting my point across. Is that all right, hun? See you later. Thank you so much, Pearl.
You're
Thanks,
welcome,
guys.
my KJ. Anybody else want to say anything? Because I am going to close it down. I haven't.
Yeah, just me, Pearl. 1 minute. I'm going to be completely honest, right? When you did what you did, I've got coloured nieces, right? As I'm going to say, black nieces, as we can say. Now, when you said that word,
sorry, Sarah. You can't say colour. That is it.
Right.
That's it.
Well, anyway, the quarter cast, I can say that, can't I?
Mixed race.
Right, yeah, mixed race, yeah. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I have been from the very beginning when Pearl came on, and I remember when she first ever went in the weeklies, I supported her. I've never took a penny out of the app. My main account's level 39. I've never took a penny out, but I did, and I completely openly admit it. I did desubscribe from Pearl because of what she said.
You were entitled
but then, let me stop you. But then when I realised everybody else is getting away with the same thing, why target you? You held your responsibility at the beginning. You couldn't understand why you was being slated for it because, as you say, you said it to your grandkids and stuff, which So then I did subscribe to you again. But on the other hand, Black Pope calls Evil Queen his daughter. He has it in his name, but yet he doesn't give her the same backlash it gives everybody else.
I've just explained that I did.
But so can I say then, why have you got Evil Pope in your name and why do you still call her your daughter? Because you've really not, have you?
It's been there from since I've had it in. I haven't changed it.
So if you had respect then for the coloured, sorry, I can't say coloured, for the quarter, for the basically, black people, you would, if you had the same respect for black people as being a black person yourself, you would take that out of your name, like I did. I unsubscribed to Pearl, right? Which I'm not just saying it to me.
You ain't got no respect at all to be asking me about respect. You ain't got no right to.
But you haven't got the respect for them kind of people if you're still supporting people that are doing it.
What you just did with me is called your family coloured. I don't have no more talk for you. Next. I don't have no more talk for you, lady. You can't come and talk to me about racism. Like I said to you and like I said to others, I'm going to bring up every little segment that I had concerning racism with Evil Queen, and I'll be playing it back out of my life and listen to it.
I've never gone and said it to a person of a black unity. I've never gone and said it to him. Ever. And I never would.
People, that have been racist on here. I've gone after even the Haley. I'll bring up the Haley segment as well. Yeah, I'll bring that up as well, just to prove a point to you what I do on here. So you can't come and tell me about racism again. Yeah? There's no way you're going to come and tell me about racism.
Can I just say one thing quickly? I'm going to drop here. Just to you, Pearl, yeah, because I've heard you say this a lot of times, like, people didn't give, someone's dog. Yeah, you feel like people...
It was mine, sorry.
No, it's all right. You feel like people... Sarah, just mute for a sec, please, darling. Thank you.
Sorry, love.
No, it's fine. Just for Pearl to hear what I'm saying. You feel like that you got a lot of the heat than other creators, yeah? That's basically your opinion, isn't it, yeah? But my thing is this, like, and I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for nobody else, yeah? This is just for myself. I feel like, me personally, I give everybody that same energy, even maybe a bit more. Can you agree with me? Like, everywhere you see me, I'm dissing them, I'm cussing them, I'm whatever, yeah?
100%.
Yeah? So I feel like sometimes, you see when you be like, I never got the same energy. I feel like in your head, the people that you feel like came at you harder than any other person. Are you not with me? Are you making sense? So you see when you say things like that, I'm not gonna lie.
No, I'm not saying everybody doesn't give
No, I know.
I still hear your lives going on. But what I'm saying is when I done what I done, it didn't matter where you went across the app, and it got that bad at one point. Well, I'm not going into that either, but it got that bad. I was everywhere, over every live, getting lumps ripped out of us, left, right, and centre. There was only a few people, and actually them people, you're all in the box now, that really sat down, and me and my NJ talked off the app, didn't we, my NJ? And we had a lot to say, but do you know when you just don't understand? I wasn't understanding what I'd done wrong, and I held my hands up. I dug my heels in and think, why should I stop saying that word? Then, when I sat down and people started talking to us properly, they went, you're learning your grandbabies, your children, to be racist. And I said, but how? And I still didn't get the meanation of that. And then all of a sudden, the way they explained it, the penny dropped. And then I realised, and I just thought, oh my God.
Do you know what it is, yeah? I feel like, don't even take it as, oh, people are coming up. Do you know what it is, Pa? I'll be honest, because even me and Paige and that was even saying this before, yeah? I think when you said it, it hurt us more than someone like Evil Queen.
Yeah.
When Angie says it. Do you get what I'm saying? Because we've been around you in previous lives. You're also from the travelling community, so you know what discrimination is. So we had that little bit of respect. Do you get what I'm saying? But then when we saw that obviously you was going around lives and saying, no, like I say it to my it was like for us there was no accountability. Yeah. So I feel like that's where the 10 times harder thing came. I feel like if you said it, took the accountability and said it, I feel like you probably wouldn't have got that much heat as to
that's what KJ's just said.
You get what I'm saying?
Do you understand my Tory? Where I was coming from was thinking, how can that? I still didn't get my head around how can that be racist when my parents all of our life would absolutely have took the lips off if we'd said the M word. It's basically the same, but we used to say that word.
Yeah.
So we didn't say the M word.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get my head around it, and my grandkids, everybody knows, said it. My kids said it. So then it was good job it happened to me, and now they're grown up and know it's not okay to say that word, but it just took a lot of time for that to sink into me.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Look, it's like, it's like me and Gypsy Queen. There's lives I still go in and people still come at me 10 times harder. So I understand it. I get it. Do you get what I mean? People are going to carry on talking about things. They're going to keep on bringing things. It's what it is. But obviously, we've just got to really just take that responsibility each time, as much as, we might have explained it and said, you know what, but it's just, we can't take back what's happened.
No, that's it. I can't take it back. And like I say, I've learned from my mistakes. And now it's a good thing that I've done what I've done. I always a big believer in God, and I always think you're meant to do something for a certain reason. I was meant to do that, meant for all of this to go on so that the next generation of my family does not grow up using that word, because then something a lot worse could have happened.
Yeah, look, I hear it. It is what it is, isn't it? But I just wanted to just come, because obviously I know you say that a lot, so I just wanted to come and just kind of give you an understanding of what it kind of is.
I get it.
But you feel better now, Torian?
Pardon?
You feel better now?
What do you mean?
You're just everywhere.
Listen, I'll tell you this. I'll feel better when I smack up Evil Queen. That's when I'll feel better. So ask me that in a couple days, because road trip's pending. Ta-ra.
I did say to get in a boxing ring with her, didn't I? So, I did say you two need to get in a boxing ring and do it for charity, but she turned down the decision in doing that.
Well, my money's on Tory, and I'm sorry.
Well, I'm gonna go now, but I just wanted to just say to Sarah, moving forward, you can't use the terminologies coloured or half-caste or whatever. Please don't be saying that to the young.
I do apologise sincerely. It's like, to be honest, I don't know I don't know these things. When quarter caste, can you say that? That's what mine is.
Mixed race.
Race or black.
That could be anything.
Listen to me.
Right, so I'm going to be honest, right? My niece says to people, and she is mixed race, I'm quarter caste. So as far as I'm concerned, I thought I could say that word. I sincerely apologise from the bottom of my heart if I've said something wrong, right? Like I say, maybe I need educating. Maybe I need educating. Maybe I need educating.
Honestly, just don't jump down her neck.
It's not even a jumping down, bro. Honestly, I'm not. That's why I'm hearing her out, because just people in here said I've been growing up with it, but I'm saying that it's very offensive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's offensive to some people. Because can I just say that's why I've jumped up and I was listening, only to some of it. So you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong. But when I was growing up, I'm 52, and I had loads of friends at school. I'm from Birmingham, and I had lots of black friends, and I had lots of mixed race friends. But when I was a kid, a lot of my mixed race friends, we did used to call them half caste, and I didn't know any different. Nobody was.
That's it. I've always done the same.
Yeah, but what
so
I know
say
now
from the
is-
bottom of my heart, maybe I do need educating, and I apologise to everybody that is.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that still use that terminology. Because I've heard people who I know, and I'm like, I cringe, and I go, no, you have to say mixed race. It's offensive, but you've also got to remember, I've still got mixed race friends, and I call them mixed race. That's how, you know. But if they're not offended by being called half caste, and I will ask somebody to educate me here. What was that? I mean, it might sound stupid, but I'll ask you. What was that offensive for? What does it actually mean? Because I don't know. But what does that mean? Then why was that offensive? Does the caste mean something that's hard? I don't understand what it means.
Listen, I'm being horrible. As NJ or Devon or anybody, is any of yous or Black Pope, is any of yous going live and want to do this?
I think somebody should, because I feel really bad.
Does somebody want to go live so people can jump in?
You got to understand where the derived of the word
Because I have to get in this shower. I'm up at 3:30 in the
I
morning.
thought I could smell you, Pearl. Jesus. Yeah, smelly bitch.
So listen, is any of yous going live so people can jump across? And if they want to ask maybe any questions.
It's like it's 10 to 9. I still ain't even had no food.
Oh.
I can educate them. I can educate them at 10 o'clock. I can go over the segment.
I'll quite happily come on.
There you go. So listen, thank you everybody for
Pearl,
coming
just
in.
before you go, darling, try not to scratch and sniff before you get in the shower, darling.
Oh, please.
Oh, behaves.
Honestly, right. Good night. God bless everybody, and I will see
Thank you, Pearl. And
hopefully
please,
on
I promise you,
Friday.
Paul, I'll be in your live at 10 o'clock.